Hello, it's me, Julian. In today's video, I want to tell you my 5 top makeup tips that I do all the time and that's life-changing. Okay, life-changing. Okay. So for my first makeup tip is if you want creaseless concealer underneath the eyes, you need to use sparing amount of concealer. People are using too much concealer, like too much. You just need like the tiniest bit. Or like what you can do, I'm gonna take my Huda Beauty concealer and I'm just gonna do a dot in the inner corners, middle, and then outer corners. All right. And then if you're using color corrector, obviously apply that first under the eyes. A very thin layer, just need a little bit. That's what I used before I'm putting on concealer now. And what I do like to use, instead of using a sponge, because, you know, that works as well, but what I love to do is using a brush. Using a concealer brush is a Sephora one. And I'm going to literally just tap and blend under the eyes. Basically, if it were anywhere I have darkness, that's where we're going to concentrate the concealer at. And then what I like to do after I blend that concealer, I use a little bit of powder, can be translucent. I'm going to use the Sephora baked powder, has some color to it. And I'm going to use, actually I can use the same brush or I can use a fluffier brush. Yeah, I'll use a fluffier brush so it's not as dense. And pick up a little bit of the product, okay? And just lightly set the concealer underneath the eyes. Just tapping motions, not swiping because that would take off some of the coverage. Okay? And there you go. Okay, so my second makeup tip that is going to be easy and simple for people who can't apply lashes or have difficulty applying lashes, because I know it is hard, honestly. It's, for me, even so, like, applying lashes kind of hurt sometimes. So, I'm going to grab my Mykonos lashes from Lily Lashes. One of my favorites. I'm going to take my lash applicators and I'm just going to put them in the middle of the lash applicator. Take my glue, my Sephora glue. I'm going to put a very thin layer because you don't need a lot. And then let this dry for, you know, maybe a couple minutes so it becomes tacky and all blue. So now what I'm going to do is go upwards and kind of little above my eyes and just place them in the middle. Upwards in the middle. There we go. And then what you can do is fiddle with them. All right, so now they are on. The corner was kind of lifting, so I had to fix it. So if you find that corner's lifting or the inner corner, just put a little bit of glue the lash line of your eyes and a little bit on the band. And let it dry for like probably a minute or two and then just like plop it on and it would stick. All right, so my third tip is how to get flawless foundation that's like smooth and not like flaky or like cracky or like peely or anything like that. And first, I know this is a jump scare, I'm sorry. This is orange color corrector for my beard to correct the color of my beard because it seeps through my foundation. So I do correct the beard area for my 5 o'clock shadow. And so for foundation, I mix the Estee Lauder Double Wear. This is light. And then I mix the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Foundation because I'm bougie. But I do like the combination because it's a little bit matte, but also hydration. So I mix the two together. And then to get really smooth application foundation, obviously skincare is important. You have to do your skincare. That is so important. And I did exfoliate my skin as well, so that helped. But skincare is important to get more of that flawless foundation look. And to do, obviously, moisturize. Sunscreen, don't forget sunscreen. And as well, primer can help. You can opt in for opt out, really up to what your needs are. But definitely hydrate, moisturize the skin, please. That helps so much. And exfoliation too. If you have an event or somewhere to go and you want your makeup to look flawless, your foundation look flawless, and your skin, exfoliate before and then apply foundation and look great. So, how I get my flawless application is all about the how much you apply it and when you blend it with and how you blend it. So, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put it all over my beard area. And what you can do is literally tap and blend. Tap and blend the foundation. And once you tap and blend, this would get a smoother, more fuller application. And if you have texture on the skin, this would not emphasize the texture and it would cover. And if you want to cover, you have to use full coverage. When you use coverage is how you use the amount. Like I'm probably not gonna use all of this. I'm just gonna use sparingly and where I need. And I'm using my number 47 foundation brush. I like this because it's flat. It's kind of similar to like applying with your fingers. And it's just a little bit more dense of a brush and just like blends it like very nicely. So I use something like this to get like a full coverage or something a little bit denser. You can use something like this to be quite dense. You can use a sponge, but then again, it would absorb some of the foundation and it won't look as good. So my fourth makeup tip, if you have a really cakey foundation, really powdery foundation, which I kind of did in purpose, I caked on the translucent powder, the foundation powder on top, so I can make it look like powdery matte and a little bit cakey. What you can do is you take a setting spray, and it has to be a hydrating set spray with glycerin in it. And what that's gonna do, it's gonna like rehydrate the skin and melt all the powder with the creams and everything together so it doesn't look caked and powdery. So I'm gonna use my MAC Fix Plus setting spray. I have the mini size. And this is gonna literally melt everything together and looks like skin again. Okay? Okay. And I'm gonna take my fan and just dry this down. All right, so my last makeup tip that is my favorite because I love a nice juicy lip. A nice juicy lip, okay? So this tip is for if you want you make your lips a little bit bigger, more plumped, more juicy, without having injections in your lips. Like Juvederm, in which I might do. Who knows? We'll see. Anyway, to get a bigger, fuller lip, don't want to overline because that would look kind of insane. I mean, you could. I mean, you know, that's what usually drag queens do. And if you want to do that, go ahead, girl. Go right ahead. Like, do what you want. It's your makeup. End of the day, it's your makeup. And you do whatever the fuck you want. Okay, okay. So, and I'm going to use the Morphe Makeup Talk lip liner. I just got this and it's really nice. So what you're going to do, 9 Donna, and you go a little bit over your actual lip line. And then the top, you're going to start on the Cupid's bow and go a little bit on the top of your Cupid's bow. I have a little bit of foundation on my lips because that was intended. So that way you erase the actual lip line and you just draw over with a lip liner, and that way it gives the illusion that it's a little bit bigger because the lip line is kind of raised with the foundation. And then you just want to connect on top of the cupid's bow and the outer corners, so don't go too much or top, so just kind of above your cupid's bow, so it kind of gets that pouty look. Don't forget to fill in with the lip liner as well. To give the illusion that your lips are even a little bit bigger, is to pair it up with a lipstick that is a nude color. So that is nude and lighter than the actual lip liner. So I'm gonna go with the Makeup Forever lipstick. I don't know what color this is. I can't read that. It is nude. Okay. And just apply it in the middle of the lips. I'm just gonna press my lips together to blend it out. And then we're gonna go in with a lip liner and just you kind of blend in the edges so it's blended together, don't look as harsh. To finish it off, to make them look juicy, I'm gonna use a clear gloss. I'm gonna do the Sephora collection one. This was, I think, a Point Perk. It is Destroyed. Destroyed. I can't even close this. And I'm just gonna apply the lip gloss literally middle and top. So that way, in certain light, it looks fuller in the front, and that makes it a little bit more plumped and look more like a natural lift on the lips. This is the lips up close. So that is all my makeup tips that I always do when I do my makeup. I hope you folks enjoyed them, and that is all for me, okay? So I'm gonna go slay away. Okay, bye.